Everything I do is very shoot from the hip.
Okay. All right, let's go.
So let's go. Okay, tell me your call sign, Matt.
KD5FGE.
FGE, KD5FGE. So you don't operate CW much, I guess.
No, not very much.
Me neither.
No.
Okay. All right, I'm here with Matt Youngblood, KD5FGE from Flex Radio. This is the headquarters for Flex Radio in Austin, Texas. Is this technically Austin?
Yeah.
It seems far north for Austin.
Yeah, we're just barely inside the Austin borders.
Okay. All right. So they have graciously allowed me to do a tour of their facility today. So we're going to see quite a few things today, including a demo of some of the new software you have.
That's right.
And some of the new radios you have.
That's right.
Okay. So, yeah, just tell us about how long have you been here? When did Flex come into existence?
Yeah, so Flex originally opened their doors in 2003. So since then, we've grown quite a bit, and we can kind of go over a little of the history later. But we've actually moved to this facility probably back in 2008. So we've been here for, since then, I guess a little over 11 years now. It's hard to believe. We actually, this is our headquarters, however, we actually outsource all of our manufacturing. So we're able to keep our headcount low. We're mostly business offices, engineering, sales and marketing out of our facility here.
Perfect. Okay, good. So not only are you, so you are like one of 3 companies I know of that's actually making radios in the USA, but another feather in your cap in my book is made in Texas.
That's right. Great state of
Texas.
Texas.
Made in Texas.
Also known as the Republic of Texas.
That's yeah, and will be again. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, okay, so good. So we're going to take a tour of the facility here. We're going to see some of the, we're definitely going to get a demo of 2 or 3 of the models of radios, or 2 or 3 aspects of the radio. Some new software they've got coming that will be debuting later this month.
That's right.
And just kind of what goes on behind the doors at Flex Radio. So stay tuned.
So this device is Maestro. So Maestro is designed to be a wireless smart controller for our Flex 6000 radio series lineup. And when we were creating this device, we knew we needed knobs, but we didn't want just another Me Too device. When our competition creates a radio, they have to put all the controls on the front panel. So either they have 100 buttons and knobs, or they have a few buttons and knobs that do 100 different things. And so for us, what we wanted to do was to make the front panel only contain what we call Tier 1 controls. So these are the controls you're going to use at all times and need immediate access to. So as you notice here, we have a VFO-A and a VFO-B. There's a set of controls that are duplicated for each of those VFOs. So up here you have your volume, your AGC threshold. You have your filter high cut and low cut. So in a super heterodyne radio, you typically have set filter widths with crystal roofing filters, that sort of thing. But since all of our filtering is done in the math domain, it's a very variable filter. So if you notice on the screen here, there's a blue bar. This represents our filter bandwidth. Okay, so we can actually adjust the high cut and the low cut with these 2 knobs here. So this is really handy because, as you notice, when somebody is interfering with your QSO, you can actually just adjust that knob to cut them out. Our filtering is done in the math domain, so we're able to be very precise with the filters. So we do what we call brick wall filtering, where they're very straight up and down filters. So you have a duplicate set for the BVFO. You have your mic level or CW speed, depending on what mode you're operating in. You also have your RF power level here. And then everything else is hidden on our large 8-inch multi-touch display. So if you can do pinch to zoom, you can do tap to tune. And if I want to control this VFO, I press and I hold this knob, and it brings up a VFO-A specific menu. So I have my filters, modes, bands, the keypad entry for frequency, my DSP controls, and some other settings here. And I just tap off and it goes away. When I want to change my antenna, I touch antenna. So here you can see I have my receive antenna list and then my transmit antenna list. That just goes away. To access my transmit specific controls, I click the transmit power knob here, and it brings up mode specific controls for transmit. So I'm in sideband right now, so I have my mic options, I have monitor box, and then it just goes away when you're done. So it's a very simple and intuitive way of operating the radio. This device weighs about 7 pounds. It has Wi-Fi built in, and let's see if we can get an image of the back here.
Yeah.
So on the back you have a mic input, a key, PTT, and you can even install a battery pack in the back and operate it completely wirelessly. So you could have this device operating from your living room or from your backyard or from a hotel across the world.
Is there a specific battery for it that you guys make, or can you just?
No, we actually decided early on not to manufacture our own battery for
Okay.
liability purposes.
Yeah.
But it'll take a standard USB power pack that you can get from any electronics store.
Okay.
So we have some that will point you in the direction of that, that will fit in the compartment and
Right.
will actually 10,000 milliamp hour battery will run the device for probably about 5 hours.
Wow. Okay.
So
Okay.
the device is not real power hungry. And you can hot swap the batteries. So even if you need to go longer than that, you can have a couple of them and swap them out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, it's probably all LEDs in there, so it's probably doesn't use hardly any power at all, I
Yeah.
assume. So
Very lightweight on the power.
that's
yeah.
pretty cool. 5 hours on a battery. That's pretty good. So.
Yeah.
I like that it's not proprietary too, because then you just go pick up a battery for it.
That's right.
You can
Whatever your preferred manufacturer is.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Okay.
Mhm.
Good.
So anytime you turn on a Maestro, it's going to ask you to connect to a network. So either you can connect to an Ethernet network, which is what we have here, or you can select a Wi-Fi network. So here we're going to be connected to Ethernet. The next thing you'll notice is down here in the right corner, it says K5FRS. Now that's our club station call sign here at the office. But this is actually our login for what we call SmartLink. So when you connect to SmartLink, your radio is then available to you over the wide area network. When you're on a local area network, your radio will show up in a list here. Of course, we have quite a number of radios available here at the office.
Gee, I wonder why.
Yeah, right. So we've got a number of radios to choose from here, but we also have some that are not local. So when you're connected to SmartLink, your radio identifies itself to our SmartLink server, which is a cloud server on Microsoft Azure's network. And
Oh, okay. I didn't know it was on Azure.
that's right.
Okay.
Yeah, and so what's happening is that your radio is changing its address periodically, or the network changes its address periodically.
Because it runs on DHCP, and you can
Correct.
get a release to a new IP address.
Right.
Okay. Gotcha.
And so the radio is continuing to announce itself to the server and where it's located. When you log in using your SmartLink account, the radio recognizes that that account has been authenticated with this radio, and it will then populate this list with radios that you have connected to that SmartLink account. So right now I have multiple here, but for this demonstration I'm going to be connected to the 6700 we have in the rack down below.
Gotcha.
So this is called our shack radio.
So the idea is to buy more Flex radios so that you can
Right.
hook them all up together.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, this is a useful feature for contest stations where there are multiples. Actually, one of the things we've run into frequently is husband-wife duos who have radios. Each have a radio, that sort of thing. So
Okay.
you need to be able to comprehend multiple radios either on a local area network or on a remote network.
Yes.
So
Yes.
for here, we're connecting over the local network. So I'm going to connect to the radio, and you'll notice that it shows a list of versions here. Okay, so another nice thing about our radios is that they're upgradable. This is one of the things that separates us from the other manufacturers in the industry, is that we spend quite a bit of effort in putting out major feature releases on a regular basis. So anytime a new feature release is available, we make it available in this list, and it automatically populates. And so you could actually click update, and it will download an update and push an update to the radio in a single click. So we're actually running some pre-release code here, which I'll show a little bit more later. But we're going to click run, and then it's going to connect to the radio. So this is all occurring over the network. So as of right now, I've got Ethernet plugged in, but it could be on a Wi-Fi network.
Okay.
So
is it 2.4 only, or is it do 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi as well?
it will also do 5 gig.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
It's something I thought of just off the
Yeah.
off the top of my head just now.